In first pack, we have Orbeez, water beads. You can see the smaller ones turns out all rounded and nice. The bigger ones is still not and has little folds on it like this. But don't try to break it because it will take some time. When the middle is more hydrated, it'll pop up into a ball. And these ones are pretty much broken because I was testing whether if using hot or warmer water will make the process faster. And the result is yes, it was faster, but then it was too fast. So it couldn't come out nicely. It expanded too fast and it's just cracking. Yep. So we have to be patient. See, the one that we took time all look a lot nicer. And then the one that we were impatient with, all
it's a whole lot worse.
This is A and this is B. This is A and this is B. So A is the one with more coarse that looks like sugar. And pour and cover the base a little bit and slightly higher. If you want to do all you can, you just have to have a bigger cup. For here, I'm just showing you how it looks. And cover the bottom. And I'm going to pour water to almost the top and stir very quickly. Okay, see what happens. We're going to do this one first. See, you just stir. As I stir and stir and stir, you can see that through. I'm going to pour some more. Stir again. And it grew a bit more again. So you stir until it stops growing. And then it's not too wet as well, and you pour it out. So this one is A. Now we're going to take a look at B. Same process, pour it in. It grows about 10 times more, or even 20. Keep stirring and see. Let's stir it quickly. It will grow. And I pour some more again. Stir again. Grows again. Means that I can pour some more. How much is that grown? So on your own, you can test out A and B, feel the texture before and after, and compare them on what's the difference. So over here, I can tell you that when I feel this too, this feels the cooler and wetter. This is drier. It feels more like snow. This feels more like wet snow. And if you put enough water, you can actually create a little ball. See that? For this one, I can create a ball. And Missy can do a snowman. First, put it in. And oops, not wet enough. Some more water. Mix it up. The water is going to help hold them together. But you don't want it to be dripping wet. And these ones you can find in diapers. Open up diapers from your sister or brothers, and you will find them in there. There, you can see it's woman. common. So wet floor. As this ones, you can see I can crumble them together. They're just gonna fall over. And it's very, very loose. So it's good for decoration. Can decorate this up. And it will not look so dry around it. There you go. Now I'm just for fun, I'm just gonna combine them together into a pile. And I'm gonna add water and see it grow a bit more because I believe it's not full yet. This is not the maximum it can absorb water. Then together. And for more obvious, I can pour some for you to see. If I pour this on top, and add water right now, it's going to grow right in front of you. Let's go all in for fun.
No, not
I'm gonna add everything. Then I'm gonna add water in it. I'm gonna add more water. Oops, it's a piece from the Orbeez. Yeah, I'm gonna scoop the Orbeez out too. So you can see all the different things in here that absorbs water. I'm just being silly here. I show you the difference, the contrast of the color from the snow. It looks quite cool, right? All the colors. No, because I put a lot of tag B, so it's looser. And it's a fun Christmas idea. Okay, so this is the second project, number 7, and we have glue, 2 pieces of wood here with holes, 2 without, ice cream paddle stick, wire, fan, towel, stickers, screw, axle, and 2 batteries. Okay, everybody got that? Now with your glue, you are going to glue this down. 1 here and 1 here. Okay, so you glue this onto each piece here. It will take some time to dry. So once you stick it down, you just put it aside. And then we're going to, and you have your batteries, your AA battery, just take 1 from your home. Got it? So stick one on each end of it and take out your battery. And we are going to play with it. While we wait for it to dry, we're going to play with this, okay? It's fun for this one. So take a battery and then put it at the back. Now take your screwdriver, put it underneath, just at the tip. It will hang, see that? For a while, it will hang gently, correct? But it's not strong enough, so we need another battery underneath it. So we have this and this. Whoops. Got it? So one magnet on the negative side, one magnet behind the screwdriver, on the head of the screwdriver. The screw, not screwdriver. There you go. Got it? This will help to make it stay stronger when you put them underneath it. Now it's hanging. So the current from the magnet is now run through the battery and run through the screw and connect to the other part of the magnet. So now it can hang. So, okay, so we separate them now for a while. And you see this wire? I want you to spin it and then slowly pull it out at the same time. There you go. We want it to, spin it together on both sides. Do the same for both sides. Spin it and then pull out. I'm going to put this aside. Now for the fun part. Put the wire, one side of the wire in between your battery and your magnet. And then screw the sharp point, put it right in the middle and let it hang. Now, take the other end of the wire and tap the side and you can see it spin. Make sure it's in the middle. Okay? Can't see properly. You can see this fan here and the axle. You attach them together and you will get this. Okay? Put them together and you'll get this. So to make it clearer, what we're going to do is we're going to put it here, right? And then we'll connect this underneath. Oops. Here you go. It spins. Now you can see it very clearly, it spins. Now, another trick of this you can do next is remove the magnet on top, flip it over, flip to the opposite side, and now you tap it again. This spins clockwise, and I flip it over, it still goes clockwise. But what if I flip the one underneath? Let me flip the battery, the magnets underneath. I'm going to see if it makes any difference. Oh, look, it spins anti-clockwise. So you can change the direction of the fan if you flip the magnets underneath. The top doesn't change anything, but it seems that the bottom changes it. So it now spins leftwards, anti-clockwise. And if I take it out and flip it around, and do this again. It spins the other way around now. And if you reverse it and now put a wire in between the screw and the magnet, then you put it underneath and hold on to the magnet. Do you think it will work? It does work, look. It's the same. Spinning clockwise now, and I'm going to flip the magnet underneath. Now it goes anti-clockwise. Now, can you all check if your structure had dried up already? Is it dry? Not yet. Okay. For the long one over here, you can flip. You can take this, cut into half. So you can tear or cut into half. And then you can flip it over and stick it underneath here. Okay. Stick the double-sided tape underneath here. Remove it and then stick it on here. It will look like this. Okay, so I'm going to just put it here so you can see.
Do you stick it, Auntie Joan?
Yes.
Do you stick it on the long one or the short one?
The long one.
Okay.
Yeah, we stick in a long one. And then when it dries, it will look like this. See that? It's the same. And those who who are impatient to wait, you can wipe away the glue and use UHU.
Is it normal to see spark?
Yes, it is normal to see spark.
Okay, thank you.
That's why, okay, that's a very good question, Vivian, because that's the reason why all the wires got to be wrapped with rubber.
Because when we put the wire on the screw itself,
Yes.
we smell smoke
Yes.
and we saw spark. And
Yeah,
the thing
if
was
you-
actually slower.
And if you actually even put the corner, the tip of it onto the magnet, it will also spark.
Onto the magnet, it actually spin faster and there wasn't any spark.
If you put the tip of it.
Or the tip, okay.
Yeah,
I don't want to
the tip. Yeah, the tip of it will create sparks on the magnet too.
Okay.
That's the reason why they use copper or materials that are more suitable for wires. If not, they'll be short circuit all the time around. So same thing, you can create your own wires at home for science experiment with aluminum foil, but I do not recommend it. No, unless you have no choice, because it gets very, very hot.
Auntie Joan, what are you doing now?
They are fixing this.
You use glue to stick them together.
If you want it quick, underneath you can use double-sided tape.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
For both, right, regardless the length.
No, this one belongs to the long ones. This stick is the longer stick. See, the short one is different.
Oh, she's using the longer one.
Yes. Okay. So it will only have this one. So this. Unmute. Yes.
We only have two.
Do what?
only have two.
You don't have a screw?
Yes.
Is it inside a little pack? With your
Only two ice cream sticks.
sorry?
Only two ice cream sticks.
Two ice cream sticks. Okay, we only have two.
Yes, I only have
This
two.
is,
Yeah.
this is a pack. So you do have two. This, you stick it on underneath here.
Only have two.
Need two.
Can stick here.
At the back.
You can put the score. 今天3点到5点，80块。
It become like this.
那个 switch 在那边，你知道？
公文知道，
This is
在那个washing machine 那边。
不是房间里。
washing
Can
machine。
anybody let me know if theirs are not drying? If yours is dry,
It's not hot.
you will have this too, yes?
Blue, mommy.
Oh no. This one is the long one, is it? Oh, this one is for this.
Okay, you
This to
can.
stick here, is it?
No.
Okay. Emily, do you have any more questions?
Emily, any question?
If you have, then you need to mute yourself, okay? Thank you. So once you are done, take another half piece and stick it here. In a short piece or the other corner, stick it down and remove the tape because this is where you are going to place one of your magnets. And after that, you same thing, you put a wire on it and then attach the battery to it, like just now. Long door,
John,
yes.
can you repeat the steps again?
From where?
From the part you.
From sticking.
Yes.
So double-sided tape, half a double-sided tape. So you stick it down, right? In the corner. And then you place a magnet right in the middle. Got it? You place a wire in the middle and attach the battery on top.
Auntie John,
Yes.
so you stick the battery down. So I stick the magnet down.
You stick the magnet down so it can hold it for you. So you don't have to use your hands anymore later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then once you are done, the long stick, you just put it here. See, make it stand. So you just place it inside there. And then you put this upside down and attach it there. There you go. Got it now? So you can do the same as just now, attach everything in and then put it underneath. Mine is spinning because my fan is spinning. So from there, you can test it out. There you go. And you can, if it's spinning clockwise, you can spin your fan anti-clockwise and then put it on it. It will change direction as well again because it will only spin one direction. It all depends on the batteries underneath, which way is being flipped to. And just now, Vivian did say, so when you put your tip of this on the screw here, there's not as much energy going through it. You can see that. But down here, if you put on here, you can, in some of you will be able to see some spark right at the corner of it. the connection is very little, so use the side of the wire, it'll be faster. It's just because there's more connection and the electricity can actually go past it in there.
Auntie John,
Yes.
what do you need? Do you need to use the last half of
The double-sided tape? No, you don't need to.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome, that's extras. Okay, do you get it?
I'm sorry, I missed the part where you hooked the battery to the top there with the wire.
Okay, this is very easy. So you just make sure there's a double-sided tape. And then you stick one of the magnets on top of it in the middle.
Okay.
Then you just put the wire in the middle.
So if you give me scissors, please. Oh, so it's between the magnet. So it's between the magnet and the battery.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Pick up the pot and stick it over there. And put it over there. Okay, I'm moving the pot here. Okay, and put it behind. They can't plug it in, so go to the back of the kitchen and find a small little converter. Is where the rice cooker part is at. Got it? Okay, everybody got this one already? You can actually put glue and stick it in, but I didn't attach it because this way you can remove it whenever you want for easy.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see. So the part that's stuck to the magnet on the top there, is that the plus or the minus?
It is actually a minus because it's flat.
Okay.
So you can see the plus is here.
Okay.
The terminal is here. Your screw right in the middle.
Screw.
Hanging at bottom.
How does the screw, oh, because there's the magnet on the other side.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it creates a stronger field. So actually the interesting thing is that the electricity current field and the magnetic current field is actually the same. They travel the same way.
And then how did you, oh wait, that was that little metal pin. Okay.
Yes. The little axle there. So you can, it spins one direction. That's why when we do our projects, and then when the motor spin one way, and to correct it, because you need it only the other direction, we just change the
it's not dry.
So to change direction, we change the battery and flip it the other way around, the bottom one. The top one will not change anything.
Ah, it's working. Yay. Thank you.
Welcome. So once, just remember when you flip the batteries in the underneath, it will change direction. And to show it clearer, you just spin this the opposite way and then touch it and it will stop and change direction. Okay? And once we are done, you can keep this and explore after class because we are going to clean the table up and then we're going to cook.
And then we are gonna go out.
Okay, have everybody sliced the apple yet or not yet? I haven't. So I'm going to.
We have not.
Yeah, me
How
too.
many apples?
I'm using one big red and one green. So if you're using smaller, the normal smaller size apples, you might need about 2 to 3. If you're using big and one, we have mixture of big and small is 1 each. So this is the easy part. We peel them and then cut them. We slice them up. Colin, will you bring me a knife, please?
Will you weigh more?
Yes, please. Yes, I will. Okay, this one.
Nine. Big.
No, small. Small ones with teeth. With the teeth.
This one.
And don't stab me. Yes, thank you. Colin was holding a knife as he will stab me for fun. So peel the apples. So if you finish peeling it, and just cut them into slices. You can cut them in slices into chunks, but slices are better because then they are equally thick. Okay, those who are waiting around, you can take your tin. Okay, we just need to take out one. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold it backwards. We're going to shorten this. We're going to show it when fold it down and down under. Fold it down one time. Then fold it again one more time because this one is too thick. So we're going to, and to do that, you might need to put them apart on the top. Extend it by pulling the top. Then fold it down one more time. So fold twice. Okay. So you can either fold it outwards this way, or you can fold it downwards this way. It's all up to you. And if there's a crack, it's fine. That's why I give you two. You can work with them. Okay, there you go. So on the side is easier. So later on, you can just place the cover on the top over it as well. Okay.
So we lost those metal containers. I have no clue where we put them. Can I just use like a glass dish that's about that size? I'm sorry?
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you.
You can use a tin can, or you can use glass that you can put it into the oven, and that'd be fine. Okay. Hortense is almost done, I think. I can only see her bowl. I cannot see her fruit. Okay, so we just need one of that. We put it aside. We come back to this because we need to make sure everyone's ready to do it. So I'm going to add 50 grams of sugar. I gave you about 30 grams or so of brown sugar. You can add on to 50 or you can add white sugar to it too. So just pour them in. Yeah, mine, I've already added 20 grams to it this morning, so I can pour the entire pack in. Yours have 30, you can add 20 more, or you can of brown. White.
Auntie Joan?
Yes.
How heavy is the apples?
The apples, I do not know how heavy is the apples because I didn't measure it earlier. Okay, you know what? I can count for you though. Let me turn this on. And then I put this up. I zero this. I put it on top. And then I minus the apple. My apples is about 290 grams.
Okay. Thank you.
And I'm going to add the nutmeg and cinnamon too. C is for cinnamon, of course. So we need 2 grams, about 2 grams of it, or you can just add in all. Yeah, I'm just adding all. Then same for nutmeg, I'm also adding all. Salt, add a small pinch of it. It's just a taste for taste, so just a bit will do. Again, use the fingers and pinch it in. You can just put a little bit in, that's all. It doesn't need a lot. Then have shortening, butter to it.
Brown sugar.
Yes.
Say what you poured in again.
I pour 50 grams of sugar and I pour all the powder in there, the 2 different powders in there. And now I'm going to put in my shortening. I'm waiting for 0 because the fan is making it move. So it's about 1.5 teaspoons of butter or shortening or whichever you want. Okay. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna put it into your saucepan or anything I cook with. I'm a little bit lazy. I'm cooking with my pressure cooker. There you go. So I'm gonna put everything in there.
Auntie Joan,
Yes,
what are you cooking with?
the apple. I'm gonna cook it to let it boil a little bit for the sugar to melt. For everything to melt, and I'm going to wait for the apple cook a bit, about 5 minutes or so, and for the apple to shrink. At the same time, those who have their own tapioca flour or corn flour or starch can just prepare a little bit of it. And if not, you can use the extra flour from the pack. Okay, for me, I'm going to keep it in there for a while. I'm going to turn it off right now. And I'm going to cover it and then let it shrink. Let it continue cooking for, let it stay in there, and then after a while, it will shrink. You'll get cooked. Because mine is a pressure cooker, so the heat will stay in there for a while. But if you are using stove top, you can actually just cook, then cover it and let it simmer for a while. Okay, I'm leaving this here for thickening it later. Then we're gonna work with the flour. Okay, ready for the flour? Okay, let me take a look at the ones who are cooking. Okay, for the flour, you put in the flour itself, measure about 90. Okay, for gluten-free is 90. For the non-gluten-free, you can use about 96. So they're about the same. So I'm going to add mine. It's heavier than that because I gave some extras for powdering it.
Oh yeah. So I'm sorry. So you said we're going to use the flour you gave us. How much water do we add to it, or are we putting water in it yet?
Yes, we are going to put water later, but after we finish the shortening.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, Alex. Let's leave them.
What? She say off. Oh, yeah. That one is cinema.
John, the sugar, you will say 50 gram.
Yes, I gave you about 30.
Yeah. So I have to add top up more on my own.
Correct. For shortening for everyone, according to your numbers, non-gluten-free is 47 grams. Gluten-free is about 30 to 38. But I want you to put a bit lesser. So start about 30.
So if I'm using butter,
Same thing.
30. Okay.
Yeah. Start with 30 first because we don't want to make it too oily. And do not put in the eggs for the gluten-free ones. I realized that the recipe for the gluten-free one they gave us is not very accurate because the other day when I tried making it, I had to add a lot more flour to it. So this one is okay right now. I'm gonna add I think 30 plus is enough. For the ones with gluten-free, you have one more step. You need eggs. So please do your eggs. Yeah, so for gluten-free, you need to mix the egg inside. That's the reason why the non-gluten-free ones has more fat or shortening than the gluten-free ones. Yeah. I only used about 30 for mine, for my gluten-free version here.
Auntie Joan.
Yes.
How many? One.
Egg is about 25 grams.
Okay. This will separate the egg yolk from the.
You mix them together. You mix them first. You scramble them first.
Okay.
Yeah, you scramble them, then you add it in.
You wait. You mean that you separate the egg yolk
No, you don't. You scramble them.
together?
Yes.
But
Then you measure it out.
you see the orange color egg yolk. The egg yolk.
That's right. You need that.
I think she didn't pour all in. So
Yeah, just measure out 25 or half.
so
Okay.
it's a 90 gram of gluten-free flour and then
30 grams of shortening, 25 grams of eggs, a pinch of salt, and then some sugar.
Sugar. Some sugar. Just pas. Attends.
It's just to taste for the dough.
OK. 47 grammes de beurre, 96 grammes de farine, du sel. OK, non. Tu peux en mettre un peu, là, mais c'est pas nécessaire. Du sel, j'en ai pas mis assez.
Okay.
Bowl, add half, treat it very lightly. Into a medium bowl, add half a cup of vegetable shortening, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour,
This is for the
and
food,
half a teaspoon of salt. Blend together with a fork or pastry blender until it's crumbly. You will need about half a cup of cold water for this recipe. You can add ice cubes to the water to chill it. Add about half of the water. Combine. Then add 1 tablespoon of water at a time, blending it in. Just until the pastry dough holds together. Lightly flour a clean work surface.
Okay, so you saw the texture it should look like. It should just come together for the dough. So half the water for non-gluten free is about 60 grams, so you add about 30. And then for gluten free, that is about 80, you add about 40. I'm putting 40 first to mix it up.
I did 26. It's all right. 26.4. It's all right. Okay.
A little bit is fine.
So,
Yes.
if I accidentally put too much, is it okay?
Too much of what?
The egg yolk?
A little bit is fine. Then you just need lesser water.
I accidentally put 26.4.
It's okay. Then you just use lesser water.
Okay, thanks.
Welcome.
yeah, why am I missing you? Wait.
Okay, I'm going to take mine out. You have a baking sheet. You can take it out and put it on top of your baking mat. You can use it too. There you go. So you can see the dough is just coming together. It is not something that you will look. It will not look like the ones you use for pasta and stuff. And mine has a lot more because I had to add on extra flour just now because it was the amount, even when I half the amount of water given by them, it was still too much for the gluten-free version. Okay, then for some of you, if you want to roll it out, you can roll out bigger than the pie the pie tin itself. So plus the size about this much bigger. And if not, what I'm going to do, gluten-free version, is that I'm going to get the kids to just press it in. They can just take it out and press it in. So you can just press them in. So for non-gluten free, you can roll it out easily. For those gluten-free ones, it'll be more difficult for you to roll it out unless you put in the fridge for some time and then you put in between the parchment paper. But if not, you just patch them in.
So how much time do we have to cook them in the oven?
You cook them for 220 for about 10 minutes. And then for another, and then after that, you bring it down to about 175 for another about half an hour. Just
Okay.
mix, and by the time you do that, you should put a layer, when you see it browning already on top, you should put a layer of an aluminum foil or baking sheet on it with a hole in the middle so that it doesn't burn.
Okay.
Yeah, and the heat still goes through the middle. I got mine thickened and I'm going to tear this into half so I can put my apple on it. You want faster way, then just spread it out and then put it in the freezer for just a tiny while so it cools to room temperature. Okay, so those who wants to do patterns on their top of a pie, you can roll out your dough and cut strips, or you can make shapes with the dough cutter. Gluten-free ones, which is more difficult, what you do is you take a little pinch ball out of it, use a finger to shape it. You can shape it to any shape you want. Like the other day, the ones you saw, what I did, I shaped it into a heart shape instead. So see, I press on the side, make a little V shape, and expand the other side as well. There you go. You can do a heart shape. Yeah, see? So you can do any shapes you like. So once that cool, you can put it inside your pie. There you go. And then I can go ahead and decorate on top of it. Mhm. And if you like this pie crust, you can use it for other pies too. Even for like Chinese New Year's pineapple tarts and stuff too. One last piece to cover. And I'm done with my pie deco. Because it's a small pie, so after about 10 minutes in there and 20 minutes time, you can check on it already. If you think it needs a bit longer, then you can extend for another 10 minutes. If not, you can call it a day and eat it. You know it's ready when it starts cracking on the top a little bit. For me, since I have eggs today, leftover eggs here, I'm just going to do a bit of an egg wash. You put it in there at 220 degrees Celsius for about 10 minutes. And then you put a cover, like a ring cover on top of it. And then you cook it for another about 20 minutes. You check on it. And if it's good enough and it's crackling and stuff, then you can actually stop and you can eat it. You cool it down first. Or if you think that it needs more time, then you can just put in more time.
Okay, thank you, Auntie Joan.
Welcome. Because every oven is slightly different. And just decorating with the sauce. The remaining sauce, I just decorate a little bit of it. That's all. Because I don't want to throw it away.